Hey everyone.
Cooking with Nate, we're cooking with Nate. What are we gonna cook today? Cooking with Nate, we're cooking with Nate. What are we gonna cook today?
Hey everyone. Just because time has lost all meaning doesn't mean that we can't celebrate Taco Tuesday together, which it is Tuesday. Allegedly. Not that that matters anymore. It matters to some people, but does it really matter? Will it matter once we've made homemade tortillas? No, of course it won't. Which is why we're here today. So let's get started. First step, we're gonna need 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. But this is baking, people. This is baking. We gotta take this seriously. We can't just throw this into a bowl. These are tortillas. I'm not gonna around with tortillas. So give me a second and I'll measure this properly. Don't rush me. 2.5 cups of flour in a bowl. All right, next you're gonna take 1/2 cup of some fat. I don't care what kind of fat it is. Now, other recipes are gonna call for different measurements of fat. This one's 1/2 cup. I did 1/4 cup last time and they were still awesome, but they weren't really awesome. And these are stressful times. We've had earthquakes. The economy is about to go to shit. I don't know if I'm graduating. We're gonna get through this through the power of tacos. So, 1/2 cup of whatever you prefer. Today I'm gonna go with some Crisco all vegetable oil, shortening, whatever. In the past, I've done ghee. If you want some tasty fucking tacos made from tasty fucking tortillas. If you want some tasty tortillas made out of tasty tacos. If you want tortillas that taste like good tacos, put ghee in your tortilla. It's amazing. Or if you don't have ghee, use Crisco. Because you all fucking have it. You know how I know that you have Crisco and all-purpose flour? Because there's not any at the store. So y'all bought it. I know what you did. And then just put that in the bowl with your, thing that you gotta put in 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. And then you gotta put in 1 + 1 teaspoons or tablespoons of kosher salt. I don't remember. It was 2 teaspoons because 2 teaspoons is still a lot. Like, it's not that much less than, it's considerably less than a tablespoon, but tablespoons are huge. So then we're just gonna whisk all of our dries together so that it's nice and incorporated, so that our salt is where the salt needs to be, and the flour is ubiquitous. Like the looming threat of this virus. Do you see this outside world? Man, I miss that. Anyway. And then add your shortening, and you're just going to fork that in. I'll show you. I know that you can't tell that anything's in there because it's all just a sea of white, like a canned vegetable sale at Target or something. But what you're going to start to do with 2 hands, you're going to take into the neck, 2 forks, and you're going to just start incorporating, breaking that stuff up. If that's not working, switch to your hands. It's actually very relaxing. Ooh. Do it with your hands. Fuck those forks. Get those forks out of here. We're gonna do this with our hands because this is so nice. This is so relaxing. Okay, and then you need to add 2/3 of a cup of hot water. Just make your water hot in your sink. Turn that to hot. You've been there. And fill it up to 2/3 cup and pour it in here slowly. And you're gonna start doing some of that. Jesus. Okay, so after a bit, the dough's gonna start to come together like that. See that? It's kind of shaggy. And by shaggy, I mean like, imagine how you think your skin would be if you drowned. Like, all right, Jack from Titanic, if they had drowned in a more temperate climate where his body could have actually decomposed a bit instead of freezing. This is how I imagine Jack from the Titanic, his skin being, where it's all like kind of flaking off. You got all these little flakes. That's where you want your dough to be. That's what's gonna give you what you want. And you're just gonna start, as stuff starts coming together, a little bit more confidently kneading your dough together. And I say, a lot of these shows that teach you how to do this say, don't knead it too aggressively. I don't ever bake, so I don't know what too aggressively is. Like, I think that real bakers know how to aggressively attack a dough, and they're like, oh, don't treat it like it's a like it's a loaf of sourdough or anything. Just treat it gently. And I don't know. Like, I end up treating it way too gently, and they're like, well, no, you can like hit it a bit. Just don't treat it like it's a piece of focaccia, you know? I'm like, I don't know. That's the whole problem, is I don't know. So you can see that it's coming together. You see, I bet I won't even trim this down because I've... Alright, so now we have this little boy. And it's gonna hang out on timeout for 30 minutes. Follow the directions. Watch a different video. This isn't for cooking. If you were actually watching this to find out how to make tortillas, you've come to the wrong place. I mean, you'll learn, but like, will you learn? I'm so white. I'm so... All right, it's been like 30 minutes. We can check on our doughy boy, and you can't see anything because it's in plastic wrap still, so I'll take that out. All right, so now that you've got that uncovered onto a floured workspace, you are going to, and look at that, now it's all got that shine. Just cut it up into like 16 pieces, or as close to 16 pieces as you can. So half it again, and half those halves until you get 16 pieces. So at the end, the little dough boys should look like that. So I'm going to put these guys under a rag that I've lightly moistened with my spray bottle here in the hopes that it'll keep those guys from drying out. And this is my cast iron pan. I have it set to like 4, but I don't know, stoves are probably different temperatures. And you're gonna sprinkle a little bit of flour onto your little ball. Good, I hope this works. I'm just doing gentle little rotations. I found that the slower and gentler you are at the start, the closer these things will come out to being round. You'll notice that I forgot to flour. You get it. What I've found is that the time that it takes you to roll out a new tortilla and get it into the shape that you want it to be, that's about all the time that you need, here's my stack there, to cook a tortilla. And I've just been kind of taking the pan every now and again and just spraying it and wiping it down so that that burnt, because there's a lot of flour. So just take this guy. You can just throw it pretty confidently, just throw it in there confidently. And that's that. You see these bubbles forming? That is where we're gonna get some nice cool color on the tortilla. So you can give that a second. That's normally my indicator of, oh, I should get ready to grab my tongs. And my tongue is a... Flip it. Notice it's so crazy inflated. It'll stop that. Alright, I decided I want to get a little fancy here. And by fancy, I mean I want to recreate something from Taco Bell now. You know where this is going. I just had some leftover chicken that I shredded and then added hot sauce to. We're gonna do some of that. Just some rice. Now to make this a nice melted consistency, because it's not there yet. Splash of that. Closing it up. Alright, I clearly got overexcited and started eating this already. It's f***ing great. And you can have something also really good if you make your own tortillas. So good.
Cook today.